All right, so we've got a second view over here. This is our second custom view. What this guy actually looks like is something where I can click on the view and it changes its color. So again, part of the reason why you might be interested in making your own custom view is to give it some additional functionality. This is maybe not something that you would normally see when you click on a GUI element or you tap it or touch it, that it changes colors. So the question is, how does this actually happen? So we've got, remember, we're going to create our new view over here. Remember, I was able to create a new Java class by using the right-click menu inside of this folder. And the file that was actually created was over here. I named it mynewview.java. It's got the package name up at the top over here. And remember that the file was included in the layout by calling the full package name dot class name, in this case, mynewview. And I had standard configuration things, the width and the height, and using my app namespace in the constraint layout to actually center this guy within the entire screen. So here we go. You'll remember from the previous video the way that the proper constructor to call uses the context and the attribute set. You may remember that the context is the superclass of the main activity. So the context has all of the information about, in this case, the activity and ultimately the parent. So here's my constructor. And then I have a built-in class method over here. Notice that this is overridden. So onTouchEvent is already something that's part of the view class. OnTouchEvent was something that's already there. By default, it did nothing. And by overriding it and implementing my own actions inside of here, I can get a lot of information from this. So this motion event has a ton of information that's associated. So every time you touch the screen, this motion event is being called. And if I'm touching and dragging and moving around, every slight little motion, every movement, every down, every up, that is triggering this onTouchEvent with this event message over here. The motion event object has methods. So this is an object, right? This is its class. This is the object name. It has methods like getAction, so you can determine what type of action it was. If the action were the finger pressing down or the button going down, we set the background color to this being the current class. Remember, this means our current class. I'm setting the background color to the accent color. And remember, this is getting the resources, gets you a resources object, and then this is suggesting that inside of my resources over here, I have a colors file. So I have a colors.xml, and inside of color, there are definitions for accent color and primary color. And these colors should look familiar as we go over into this actual app, and you can see them highlighting over here. So when I press down, it goes into the pink, and I release and it goes back to blue. This is all it does. This thing is getting the onTouchEvent, again, is getting called 2 times per event, one obviously for down, and then plus any additional time for movement. So this is the start of it. This is the start of how we can make this, this action event start to look a little bit more interesting.